Oops. I'm just sharing the link. Okay. So hi, welcome to the broadcast. I do these broadcasts free. I do them Thursday evening at 8:30 p.m. and I do them Sunday morning at 10 a.m. And it's free. It's on YouTube, so you can watch it later if you can't watch it live. And you can ask questions as well during the live stream through Skype. And my Skype address is Rebekah Maroon. Yeah, so you can just friend me on Skype now and ask questions. And we'll call in on Skype during the stream. It's great. It's a great way how we can interact and discuss this message. It's quite amazing, really. We can all just watch and ask questions this way. If you can't travel to see a speaker, you can, watch it online or you can watch it at home. So yeah. One, two, 1, 2. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, there's no maybe you can't hear me. Hey Lola. Can you hear me okay? There's no oh, we can hear you. Okay. There's no green bar you see on my screen, which is weird. Normally you see like a green audio bar, but there's nothing happening. Strange. Okay, but you can hear me. That's good. Yeah, thank you. I've had a head cold all week and yeah, so I'm better now, but a bit not fully 100% better. So it's been raining really hard here all day. It's been lovely to watch it and hear it, actually. Really heavy rain. Yeah, the weather is changing. So I'll just sit here for a little bit and then I'll start speaking about non-duality. I can't just speak about it immediately because it's just not something that I think or talk about normally. So it's kind of I don't know. Like it just needs some time for it to come up. Having a title helps to create the the words and the feeling to speak about it. Enlightenment isn't personal. Oh God, can you hear my children? It's such a wonderful thing that it isn't personal. I love that. It isn't personal. So I suppose the first question is, what is enlightenment? That's the first part of that statement. Enlightenment. So what is that? Well, I have no idea what other speakers or other people who've used that term mean. So I'll speak about it from my own feeling of what it is, rather than the textbook interpretation of what people mean by it. So enlightenment. So enlightenment to me, enlightenment means words. Okay, so enlightenment means, oh God, it's this is enlightenment. This is enlightenment. It's the nature of this. It's the natural reality. It's limitless. It's boundless. It's free of all qualities. It's not a thing. It's emptiness. It's fullness. It's the end of a dream that you are someone sitting, listening. It's the end of that seeming boundary or limitation. The end of that imagined feeling of being limited and contracted. That you have a border or boundary around you. It's the end of that, the opening of that, or the collapsing of that. And so it's open and free and not limited. The natural reality, or what is this life happening. This is enlightenment. What is? And so it not being personal, who would be in that? Who would be a personal entity in that? Who would someone be to be enlightened or not enlightened? Who would this person be? It's an illusion that there is somebody who could be or should be or can't be enlightened. This someone is the illusion. This someone isn't true. And so therefore there's enlightenment as this natural state or natural reality, free from the artificial boundary. So this can't be, so therefore this can't be personal. This can't belong to someone. This can't be owned by someone. This someone is the dream. I'm gonna pour some water in my I bought a water feature, but it's getting a bit dry. I think I can hear it making a noise. It needs some more water. Put it in. Let's put some more water in. Oh no. It might be okay. Da, da, da. I'm gonna unplug it. So yeah, this isn't a personal subject. It isn't for a person. So the mind hears this message and it believes its story is this is about me getting this, me seeing this, me understanding this, me arriving at this, me having and knowing this. And that story of you is the illusion, meaning that story of you isn't an actual somebody, and it will never get to its imagined destination of better than, of arriving. It needs to have a story of becoming, of getting to be able to exist, to have a story to talk about. There has to be some kind of problem or issue or thing to overcome. It has to have that for it to be a story, a drama. And so in this deep belief in this story of someone, not a belief, but a deep identification with it, this holding on to this story of me and my journey to becoming, we believe there will be a resolution in that, a solving of that, an overcoming of that. But this is pointing out that that story, that never-ending story, never actually ends or gets to this goal you've imagined. The whole goal is imagined, and you on this journey is also an imagination. It's also a story of appearing. It isn't reality. But we're hypnotized by this story of who we are and where we're heading to. Even in non-duality, there's hypnotism with, I'm going to get there one day. I'll arrive there. I'll awaken. I'll see this. I'll get this. It's the same story, but in a different, I don't know, surroundings, a different background, let's say. A non-dual background. But it's the same story of getting and becoming me. So you could say, hearing these talks over and over again, it's like a weaning off of that identification. It's a weaning off of that story of you. Like a pointing back to the simplicity of what is actually happening beyond that story of you and your problems and you and what's happened and you and where you're heading to. It's like a weaning off of that. It doesn't mean that in human communication there isn't a story told, there isn't a perspective told in talking to people, interactions. It's more of, so you don't become this non-dual, no story person. It's just, it's not the experience, so it's not the reality. It's just a way to communicate with other humans. So this change or this switch over or this collapsing of this dream isn't about the person or the human becoming non-dual. You don't become a non-dual human. It's like the human becomes just human, just what it is, an animal. It's an animal having sex, eating, sleeping, drinking, singing, whatever it is, being creative, whatever it is. Just a human animal. But the difference is that it's free. It's not bound to a timeline. It's not a constant reality. It's just, it appears as it appears. It's not what's experiencing life. It's not true. It's just it's just a functioning as a human. This machine functioning, being human. It doesn't mean anything. It's just the way it appears. Just the way life appears. So in a way, it's not different, as in human's still a human. But in another way, it's totally different. It's totally different. And yet it's so ordinary, but it's so different because it's free. The human's free. No longer bound into time and meaning and seriousness. No longer striving to get to the arrival point. The freedom is here. Life is here. This is where it's at. This is a funny thing to be talking about, because it's only really spoken about because in most humans there's this seeming contraction, there's seeming suffering happening. There's this lie living out as if someone's living, and so this message is spoken to expose that lie, to expose that that illusion that someone is living. But there's no other need to talk about this. It's not to help someone or anything. It's just pointing out an illusion. And the suffering that accompanies that illusion. I bought a lamp because I have dark skin and I have a dark living room, so I thought I'd buy a lamp to help, but you can't really see much difference on it. Let's try and lower it. Doesn't really do much. Oh, slightly, not dramatically. Maybe it's too far away. If I bring it here. Oh yeah, yeah. It's a bit better. Okay. I can't hold it there though, so I have to just leave it here. So this isn't a personal achievement. How can what is happening be achieved? How can you achieve hearing and seeing and breathing and feeling? You can't arrive at those things. It's happening, it's appearing. There's nothing wrong with what's happening. All of it. All the feelings, all the thoughts, all the ideas. The agitation, if it's appearing. There's nothing here to run away from or suppress. All of it is life. Even the thoughts trying to run away, trying to suppress. It's life appearing. See if there's any questions on Skype. Yeah, thank you, Lola, for that. Oh, I didn't hear that. Hi, Brian. Why do so few people see through the illusion? But it's not even a true assumption that few see through the illusion. I mean, you wouldn't know unless they were famous or online in some way, or written books or whatever, or interviewed a lot. How would you know that? Maybe there are many humans who haven't written a book or gone online or done talks or whatever. So you wouldn't know if that's true or not. I mean, this whole kind of YouTube thing and publicizing speakers has only become a recent thing, I assume, you know, over the past 10 years or whatever, since we've had these internet. So I'm sure there are many people who haven't used the internet to talk about this. But even within like internet stuff, um, um, I did an interview recently on this a newspaper, online newspaper, and there were like thousands of people speaking about this. So they aren't necessarily well known or anything, but there are people discussing this and talking about this change. I could probably say why it's not mainstream is because it's not something that's personal. It's not about the person, so it isn't mainstream. It's not about you, the person, getting something. So it can't really be a big thing in the mainstream society, which is about selling things to people, offering them happiness or to get somewhere in this thing or this product. So it wouldn't really be a popular thing. Thank you, Brian. That's the only question. I mean, if I spoke more about, I don't know, decorating or like playing the piano or about doing black hair or something or makeup or something, I'd have a lot more subscribers and likes and views and stuff. Or about having kids or home editing or whatever. I'd have a lot more subscribers and viewers. I should do that. I'm not really. I'm only joking. It's just not a popular subject. I mean, it's grown. I'm sure it will grow as well, more and more. But okay, so there's no more questions. So that is so pretty. What is that? Mother Nature provides the modern art. It's really nice. I'll show you. It's a really nice picture on my desktop. Oh, it's gone. Sorry. It's too late. It's gone. It goes off after a little bit. Okay, so thank you for joining. And I'm back on Sunday, I believe. This Sunday, am I here this Sunday? I think I am. At 10 o'clock. So I shall see you then. Bye.